Fine.
Where I not where I left.
Fine.
There's multiples. Just little tap. See where should I there's multiples. Just little tap. See there are a few. Where should I before starting? So oh my yeah. There's some kind of compression somewhere. Never happened before. Sometimes it's this headphone does that. It's really rare. 100%. Oh, I think I know. Because I changed. Oh, it's not that. So the quality of my stream can now be in HD. Let's see if it works. Seems to be. I need to listen to my stream. 2 seconds. Can now be in HD. Okay, it seems fine. The compression. Your compression. Let's watch another video.
Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use mesh booleans in Geometry Script, an experimental feature in
Fine, it's just I think it's because I lowered the sound very low. Or the audio opportunity is really bad. Oh, you don't? Oh, you're on another microphone. Or not on my main microphone. Let's see the difference. Or the audio opportunity is really bad. Let's see the difference. Oh, you don't? Oh, you're on another microphone. Or not on my main microphone. Okay. Let's see the difference. Oop. Or the audio opportunity is really bad. Let's see the difference. Oh, you don't? Oh, you're on another microphone. Or not on my main microphone. Yeah. Okay. Let's see the difference. Oop. Or the audio opportunity is really bad. Let's see the difference. Oh, you don't? Oh, you're on another. Come on, cannot be broken already. Or not on my main microphone. Yeah. Okay. Let's see the difference. Oop. Or the audio opportunity is really bad. Let's see the difference. Oh, you don't? Oh, you're on another. Come on, cannot be broken already. Or not on my main microphone. Come on. Come on. Cannot be broken already. Well, thank you. Microphone. Come on. Microphone stand. That's not working. Well, I will have to let. Well, thank you. Microphone. Come on. Float in the air. Microphone stand. Like that. That's not working. Okay. Hello. 1, 2. Test. Test. Yeah. Now this microphone is a bit wobbly because I will have to let. Well, thank you. Microphone. Come on. Float in the air. Microphone stand. Like that. That's not working. Okay. Hello. 1, 2. Test. Okay. Test. How does it? Yeah. Now this microphone is a bit wobbly because I will have to let. Well, thank you. Microphone. Float in the air. Microphone stand. Like that. Maybe the noise removal make it. 1, 2. Test. Okay. Test. How does it? Yeah. Now this microphone is a bit wobbly because I will have to let. It's not the right microphone. Why?
There we go.
Maybe the noise removal
There we go.
make it. 1, 2. Test. Okay. Test. How does it? Yeah. Now this microphone is a bit wobbly because it's not the right microphone. Why?
There we go. Yes. Okay, I got it. There we go.
Make it.
Now I can close this. And it should be fine. Just... Oh, it's loud. It's blasting in your ears. It's... There we go. Yes. Okay, I got it. There we go. Now I can close this. Yes, it sounds way better. Okay, now next thing I had at the chat, I found out how to re-add it, but it's stuck in my face. Streamer. Chat box. Where's my chat box? Chat box. Where can we put it? The line left, so guess that will be when I'm the only one chatting, so I don't want it to be constant. I will add a little always show. I will put like something like for 15 seconds. Whoa, that was fast. That was not 50 seconds. Test. I don't know why the TTS does not work. Why it works sometimes and sometimes it does not work. I need to check TTS here. Daddy.
Addy.
see, she's TKID. That TTS is just what she says. So it seems to not send the chat to streamer bot. Streamer bot. Why? Maybe. Oh yeah, I need to connect every time to Google, so it connects to YouTube. That's why. Oh, why do I forget? Where is it? Yeah. Platforms. YouTube. Sign in. Sign in. Now it should work. Test.
Driven.Mehendis is this test.
I want to test in starting soon, and we will start after that.
Driven.Mehendis says hello test.
There we go. Oh, I'm on my bar. That's genius. I'm like a part of my desktop. Okay. Whoa. What's that? Which connection has expired? Skip alert. Okay, it's just a recent event. I don't need that. Okay, I can put this on the side and we can start very soon. So yesterday we don't start where we left off. Because yesterday after I was gone, I did some modeling, 3D modeling. I continued the thing. My project repo. Project helpfully. It's a bit confusing to my project 2 times. How do we call it in the industry when we have files that are not? It's working files. This should be named a working file, but it will break everything if I do that. I will leave it. Or just add it in the caption. Working files. It's not the same as in the repo. Yes, the music. Don't know the quality, why. I think YouTube, it's YouTube quality that dropped. No, it's mine. It's this audio that is really bad, I will change the music to see if it still has worse. Yeah, there's something wrong. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's my... Maybe it's here. You don't have music? What the F? From audio. What's happening? Oh, it's too low. Okay. I need to correct this because I won't be able to work. It has to be something... Sometime when I press long enough, on my headphones, and then it compresses. Connected. Should hear. Oh yes, finally. Yeah, it has to be that. It has to be that it was using my microphone on the live stream, and this system in that headphone, Bluetooth headphone, is compressing the sound. So let's go back to this. So I did some job yesterday. I finished the... I didn't finish, but I added some stuff here, as you can see. A little ramp to go up. And I will show you how to... what I did to have this set up. Lower the sound a bit. Okay. So let's go into... Where's it? Where is my little edit? Not in C++. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Look at this spaghetti. Bang. Bang. Now I'll remove the rock wall so you can see the interior. Ta-da! And every 2 indexes, it changed the direction of the beam. So yesterday we finished with the 3 beam there. Now it does it on every... It uses the length. So to do that, you need a bit of trigonometry. Is it how it's called? I don't remember. Yes. So it's the hypotenuse, and you need to know to have the slope here to rotate it. So I will show you that here just real quick. So the only thing I needed from up there was divided by 2. I think I can, yeah, I can bring that. This is not needed anymore. It was stupid. Stupid. It was this one I extended. Oh no, it's there. Yeah, you want to avoid doing that because it's just harder to read when you can copy the block and bring it, copy paste it here. You don't need to make like long spaghettis. Ooh, touch my spaghetti. Oops. Okay, so I needed to use this, but I can't. Like this one, I don't. I can bring it down. I don't need the long spaghetti. Spaghetti. So placeholder. It won't be a placeholder. I just thought about it. And because the rock, I don't need to make real rocks. It can be a texture. It should be. It would be cool to have it in. Maybe I will see it, but it's, I could like remove placeholder. Don't need. So rock wall extender in there. So I can bring it down, and that way I can move this block. But I need this block inside here because this is the cavity wall. And all this is what is inside here. And I could bring it into the center. It's just that I feel like it will, if we do the walls. The thing is that I could do like the iRes in like that and do a LOD, and it would be very interesting to do that instead of using Blender. I could use Blender to do exactly that, but I feel that this is very exciting to do, even though it's I think it's still this system in Unreal. You need to add the plugins. I forgot to mention. I hope you you need geometry script. Okay, it does not say it's experimental. I think that last version it went it stopped being experimental, so you can use it fine. MetaHuman too, I think it's now integrated in this. I'm in 5.8, 5.7. So yeah, MetaHuman is now integrated. It's not experimental anymore. So yeah, okay. This will be cool when there will be lights, because I can test it real quick to show the coolness by adding a light source. The problem with my sites, I will need to create my own light eventually because they are too small. My scene is like 18 times larger than a real life scene. So when I try to put no higher number, it's not high enough. But I think I can put it by hand. Like this one, the max is 160, but I think I can. Yeah, I can. Okay, so that's fine. And now I put it more like, I don't know if I need to do some shadow setup. I will pump this up. Just a little bit of fun for a second. Oh, it's lagging. Yeah, and make visible. That lagging. Yeah, and I would need like to create like guardrails. Guardrails. Make this cool. The light in your face when it's a movable light. Just you want to bake them and bake everything like a 3D gutter. Like you can fake the gut rays with a shape. Like that. And you can make a shape that but it's still semi-transparent texture material, so it's still heavy. It's hard to make this not heavy, because when you check the texture, you can check the texture. The material. It's been a long time. Oh, this is cool. I think I will keep this one. We are in Paradise. Paradise City. There's one that you can see the material. This one is cool. This one. So when a material is bad, it will appear white. Not currently the worst one is the walls. Walls are worse. There you go. There has to be something in there to make it worse. So when you have transparency, it starts in the pink often. Max appearance. The material there. Right on the mesh that I poured. Of course, won't keep this because it's older. So let's go back to Paradise City. Paradise City. Oh my goodness. What happened? Oh yeah, I need to reduce this. This one. Too low. And low. There we go. We are back in Paradise City. But now it's ugly because the light is bad. it's a fast light. Okay. So let's go and check the spaghetti. So first thing first, what I needed to do was to have this change with the length of this. So how to do that? I needed to have this. Yeah, the first thing I did is to have the slope of this, so it rotates. And to do that, let's go to a reverse engineering. This rotation is in X because the X here toward us, and it's like if you put beam here, it's the rotation on this beam on the X. As you can see, when I rotate the X, follow this direction. So the X rotation, and I needed to multiply this. This is orientation I will explain later, but I needed to divide the two sides, this one and this one. I needed to divide them together. As you can see. So there was other stuff there. As you can see, it's not just the two sides. I will explain. So each side, if I only use this and this, the beam would end up going through here, and it would be more in here because it would be this side. So if I use this side, this length, the long length, it would end up here. So I needed to use the shorter inner length. Also, same thing with the height. There was something wrong with it because if I use this height that's up here, this and this, the end of this plank would be here. So I needed to remove some stuff here by using the thickness of this wood. I remove it from this long part or this height. Yeah, I took the thickness of this, I remove it, so it still have more space. So if I didn't remove stuff like minus here, this is the thickness of this plank. So the inner horizontal plank is the smaller here. The outer is the one that is on the bottom and top. So I take their thickness. This one I multiplied it because it was not enough. It was still inside this plank. So I multiplied it by 3. So it's out of it. I didn't want to have some interpolation. I wanted to avoid interpolation. I think the top one is the worst. Because there is the thickness of this, and this start at 0. But I could afford a slight interpolation. It's not that bad. What else? Yeah, I would need to remove this bit, but the thing is, I didn't want to make a branch just to deal with the last index. But I could if I was like, if it's problematic, but it's not so problematic. Maybe for the hitbox, collision box, it can be. If they reject each other. So also I didn't kept the 0 here like I wanted at first because I need a plank to climb on. This can be exported, like I could expose, I mean. Whoops. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. But I will show you, like, if you want to have specific walls, you can expose this. Minimal amount of wall of how is it called? Cavity. Wall cavity. Minimum amount of wall cavity. Maximal amount of cavity. I don't know if it's right. It's the right number. Let's see. Let's see if it's the right number. Like when I do this. Okay. Let's say I plug only 3. Oh yeah, it's not the right name. Because 3 is 4. 3 is 4. Because there is a... So... Let's see. Just to be sure. 3 is 4. So if I wanted to... If I wanted it to be 3... If I want this name to be true, I will need to remove 1. But that's make it worse. So worse. But I can't do to make it without the -1. Because the name of the variable needs to reflect what is real. You cannot add a -1, it's stop. So what I can do is rename this amount. Instead of amount, I say index. Now I know that every index starts with 0. So that way it reflects the real thing without adding a -1. And this can be exposed on the editor. This. And you can even give it a category. How can I name this? Procedural drilling. I made it up to 4 cavity wall because the steeper the slope, the harder it is for the character to climb. I didn't test, but I made it there. It's less steep what steep mean? I don't remember if it's what I mean. Steep. Red. Red epic. Yes, it's what I meant. When something in French usually we say epic. Epic. In French Canadian at least.
À pic.
Epic. It sounded Parisian. Almost. Escarpé. Escarpé would be like the more it's more French than French Canadian.
Escarpé.
Escarpé. Steep. Escarpé. So let's go in there. Let's search for. Yes, it's there. So if I wanted this specific wall to be steeper, or less steep, I would do this. And even less steep, I would do 4. That way I can climb on. And if I had another wall, which I don't, of this size. What was the size already? It's not saying the size. I think this one can be replaceable by this. Let's try. Replace. It's not there. Yes. So this one would be another one. Like I don't want any. I have my 0 with a long bar. I think I will do on enough bar, sidebar. But yeah, it starts looking like real plaster stuff. This it can be used for the plaster stuff. I'm just gonna want to show you because I think I read somewhere that in when they use plaster in the northern Europe and the north of Europe, like every place where there are those plaster houses. I know that in UK there are many, because I went to UK one time and I saw like the rural place, like not London but around London, and there was so many houses like that. Like there was entire town with houses like that in the region surrounding London that are like not rural. It's not rural, like it's not. There are no. How do you say that? In French, we say champ. Un champ. Field. Meadow. Yeah, not meadow like rural, but it's not a city like with huge buildings, just houses. Little house. Domestic house. Where is it? It's there. The renaming confused me. Damn it. 3D? No. Concept art. Health. Houses. Yeah, those plaster stuff. I read somewhere that I said that yesterday that at first the beam were not showing, and eventually it became it worn out the plaster, and it started showing, and people kept it because it was cute. It was cute. So yeah, I was traveling in UK and there was a lot of house like that in the outside region of London. Not like that especially. This is like I know that it's also Holland House. We use this plaster. Another like Norton. Did I write this? Plaster. No, Holland does not have this. Poland, maybe? Oh. Yeah, I don't know what is the name of those houses. When I picked those pictures, I knew the name, but not anymore. So yeah, the beam you see there, it's those beams. And it became like artisanal plaster wall. Because on one side here you have like little planks, as I've shown you, that hold the plaster, and you put the wet plaster here. Here in my country we don't do that. We have plywood, like dry wood. It's like drywall, called drywall. I never seen plaster. Never seen any plaster stuff. We only have this. Also, drywall. It's probably the same material, but hard. That's why it's called dry. It's already dried, and it's all equal. Like it's when you do plaster wall, you have like wobbly walls. This is meant to be like very straight. I don't know if we can find some wobbly houses. I've seen them in the drywall picture I had. Yes, this. Come on. I don't know if we can see some. Yeah, that's something like that. When it's not drywall, it's all wobbly. It's cute. It's not bad. It gives like a charm to it. Gives a charm. Yeah, look at this. Look at this wobbly wall. Let me go, Pinterest. No, don't look at my birthday. What is that? Come on, let me go. Oh, come on. Come on. I already have an account. Which is not this one, it's this one. Now let me go. Check this wobbly wall. This is when you use plaster. Oh, it gives a charm. It has a charm, especially when you do 3D modeling. It's more fun to have something wobbly because it's too easy to make something straight in 3D. Too easy. Too easy. Anyone can do straight lines in 3D. Like this. Okay. So I could do like on and off. I will leave it for now, but later I might do on and off beam there. So next. Yeah, so if you want to do the same, the code is there. The spaghetti code. So what else is there that we didn't see? Yeah, it's just I remove the thickness of this before. So to have the slope is one side. To have the slope of the hypotenuse, it was one side. Yeah, to have the slope of the hypotenuse, it's in X. You have it just one side divided by the other side. Like this side and this side divided by each other. Here. So you have one side and the other side here. Wall extent in Z divided by the number of this is the result of the of this min-max. It's stored here. So the result is the number of cavity wall here. So I have the extent, which is all that. In Z, it's bottom to up, divided by the number. So it gives me this height. So it gives me this side of the non-hypotenuse. I don't know. Remember, they have both sides have a specific name. I don't remember. I can check. Trigonometry. Geometry. I think one is the base and the other is something else. Hypotenuse. Sides. Name. Opposite. Adjacent. The other name. So one is the opposite, one is the adjacent. The opposite seems to be the smaller one. And adjacent, I think this one is the opposite, this is the adjacent. So by dividing both, you get a value that you transform in degrees because it's in radian. This value will be a radian. You transform it in degrees. So if you want, you can transform it in radian if it's degrees, etc. And this orientation is to change the orientation every x index here. So modulo 2, when it's equal to 1, it will be positive, and when it's not equal to 1, it'd be negative. So doing this modulo 2. Modulo is the remaining of a division. So if the remaining of the division It's 2. No, it's not that. 1, 2, 2. The reminder when number is divided by 2. If the remainder is equal to 1, if it's not equal to 1, it's the other. So it gives you every second index. So I get the index multiple 2, blah blah blah. So that way it flips the orientation, and then I use the orientation, which is just a -1 or 1, and then it does the trick of flipping it. What else? There's something else. Oh, the length of this, the hypotenuse. To have the length of the hypotenuse, which is this. It's y, but y in the sense of y here, because before it's like you need to think, if you have rotated first, you need to think of it without the rotation. This is the y without the rotation, which is, as you can see here, the green behind my back. The green y here, which is this horizontal. So, yeah. Squared. Yeah, for this one, it's to have this, you need the square root of the multiplication of the root of the 2 other sides. So you need to take the 2 sides, multiply them together to have the square, and then add them together and have the square root of both. Then it gives you the length of this, but the length would be too long, as I said earlier, and it will go through this, so you need to remove some stuff. Like I do this 3 times the thickness of this bar, the outer bar here. I take the thickness, I remove it 3 times from the whole extent, and there we go, we have everything. So next I will be doing something else. The last 2 bar, this 2 bar here, I need to go fast because I want to do the other cool stuff with you, and it's getting late. My music, where are you? Okay, let's go real fast. So I feel I would put this one there, this one there. Yeah, no, it will be confusing because it would be here. Because now I need to do the other blocks. Yeah, it's not that important. I could do it there. So let's do it there then. So I think I made a mistake. I should have used more. Later I will. Because if you use like your main extent like this, full extent is the full extent of the whole. If you use those number to fill the other extent, you can make it more. You will be able to modify this size any way you want. And I will do that probably one day later. I need to go fast on this task. just have the little stair up to go in the kitchen. Where is my cube? Where is my cube? Oh yeah, I forget every time. You need the target mesh. There we go. I can bring this back. Now, I could enter Bayern. I think I would just enter Bayern. I need to finish this fast and do the rest another day when I will be in the task of making it resizable at will. So this one would be outer vertical. I don't need wood in any of them. I can place this in wood. And remove plank. But it's yeah, I think it's better to have plank here. But I don't need wood in any of them. So it seems to be 200 here. $100 here, and it would be the whole length minus the others, so 200 minus 200. Oh, and the whole length is like 4,000, I think. Wall extent 7,000 minus 200, so it's 7,000 here. It's too high pitched. Okay, the thickness, so I can create this. We'll bring this 7,000. 200. Already did there. 100. Here. 100. Truck width. This you can. Yeah, I might need to split this to have the other side to calculate the half of the other side. So off the side is a half x, a half x, leave 2. If we could press 2 right away, and this will be an x. It's not enough. The whole length. No. So it would be off to the whole length of this wall extent. Which is in x divided by 2. I was stupid. I was just a bit stupid. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now it needs to go up. All of the same in C. And whoa, that's not the. Am I still stupid? It's just the bottom. It's just the bottom. It's just the bottom. So the origin of this plank is bottom. So it's just the height of this plank here, which is the outer plank. The horizontal. Get struck. Split struck. Press Control to be sure to take the right thing. And whoa. This the thickness divided by 2. No, we don't need to divide by 2. Just need the thickness. See? And this one is divided by 2. This one is, and it's the thickness of in Y of outer vertical. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. All night long. Just like that. Nay. Okay. Okay. Just clean it up. So we can enter this. Yes. Just like a puzzle. Flip. And I can do a for loop. Or add this one on the other side. I will later add a hole here soon. I'll give an hour. Add a hole, so maybe I should just copy and don't do a for loop. Let's do this. And now the Y needs to be the length of the extent of this. So let's try this Y here. First thing first. And it needs this one, but divided by -2 maybe. Oops. Always 1 minus in my head. And add it to this one. Just like that. Now it's time to add a hole. And I add a little tutorial. If you want to know what it is, it's another guy who does tutorial like that. UEFI. Yeah, I'm on the name. Should think about this. So UEFI geometry script, Boolean pattern, Ryan Smith. The other guy. Maybe I was in front of the name of the other one. Which would be unfortunately light. Unfortunately. No, not history. Like. Did I like? No, it's history. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, the other guy is this one. If I was in front of the name.
Geometry script.
But it's not the name of this. The playlist. Oh, scripting, starting. Yeah, it's this one. So this guy use more the method I'm using. What is this?
Enable that, and then once that's enabled, it'll ask you to restart, and you'll just restart now.
Yeah, use more of the way I'm using it. If I remember well. But this guy use another way. Or it's, yeah, I used this guy way, I think. Because this one makes a prefab or something, I don't remember well.
And every stuff. So I already have a folder here under content called. I'm gonna call this, I don't know, create islands. We're gonna want to get dynamic mesh, which is like a built-in thing. Actually, these options for let's create an array of vectors for spawn locations.
Yeah, I didn't do this. I did the other guy, I think. Ryan Schmidt. And it's RMS. Yeah. This first one I did. But both are good. I took some stuff in there, I put it in mine. I watched it for at the end. This one does more weird stuff. Terrain stuff, Boolean stuff, and I want to do the Boolean here now. So that's the video I'm looking at on the side that you will hear a bit. And I need to go fast because I will have to go make my supper soon in
So I've already made my blueprint actor.
45
I've
minutes,
already,
something like
done
that.
a little bit of setup in here, and I'll just show you how to wire it. Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use mesh booleans in GeometryScript, an experimental feature in Unreal Engine 5.0. So I've already made my blueprint actor, and I've already done a little bit of setup in here, and I'll just show you how to wire it
It's
together.
not experimental anymore.
So that adds a cube to the mesh with these dimensions. So next step is I'm going to drag up target mesh and go apply mesh boolean. So this node looks simple, but you see here that
Okay, that's why I wanted to separate them. Okay, mesh boolean. Where's my little buddy? There. Is everything fine? Hello.
Driven.Mehandicis says hello.
Yes. I don't have the viewer count in my stuff here. Didn't. Okay. Let's go. Yes. So, I want to auto bank. A vertical bank. Left to me, or left to whatever. Let's just say left. It's less complicated to add the boolean here if we need, I think. Because if it was a for loop, I would need to specify an index. I don't want to do that. So append mesh boolean. Append mesh. Cool. What? What? It does not exist anymore. Wait a minute. Apply mesh boolean. Wait a minute. I will pump up the quality of this video.
Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use mesh booleans in Geometry Script, an experimental feature in Unreal Engine 5.0. So I've already made my blueprint actor,
Yes.
and I've already done a little bit of setup in here, and I'll just show you how to wire it together. So I've got my rebuild event. I'm going to do append box. I'm just going to leave that as the default. So that adds a cube to the mesh with these dimensions. So next step is I'm going to drag off a target mesh and go apply mesh boolean. So this node looks simple, but you see here that there's a tool mesh input. So what that means is we need a second mesh to do the boolean with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right
I kept my target mesh. I don't need to drag it everywhere I go.
click, type allocate compute.
Allocate the compute mesh.
And
Oh,
when do
it's
an
a
allocate compute mesh
Temporary mesh.
node. So what that does is it lets me make a temporary mesh that I can use inside this blueprint. And then I'm going to do append sphere to that. And I'm just going to split the struct pin here and put it at the corner of the box, which I know is at 50, 50, 100. That's the box dimensions.
I will do that.
And then I can now wire this target mesh that node output into the tool mesh up here. We'll change this operation from a union. Well, let's leave it as a union first. Okay, so there's one here. We'll change this.
I don't want to do a new union. It's not there.
Operation from a union. Well, let's leave it as a union first. Okay, so there's one more thing that's important.
Maybe the radius is too small. Oh. But it's there. What?
I made this temporary compute mesh. I need to release it to say I'm done with that mesh. So I can do that two ways. I can do a release compute mesh node,
Okay.
and I could wire that
What else?
target mesh into it. But there's also a sort of helper node that's release all. Oh, I don't want to wire off that. I just want to right click. Release all compute meshes. So let's just wire that up. So that will free all the compute meshes that were allocated inside of this blueprint. So if I compile that, I go in here and drag it in, you see
Oops.
that there's our boolean of the box in the sphere, and I can then go in here and change this to a subtract, and now it's a subtraction. I've set up a radius parameter, so I'll just set that up here on the sphere. Side of this blueprint. So if I compile that, I go in here and drag it in, you see that there's our boolean of the box in the sphere, and I can then go in here and change this to a subtract,
I don't see it.
and now it's a subtraction. I've set up a radius parameter, so I'll just set that up here on the sphere. Wire that in.
I don't see it.
So now if I go over here and drag the radius slider, you can see that it's updating that boolean as I change.
Two meshes, no. That's why. What did he put into mesh?
I need to release it to say I'm done with that mesh. So I can do that two ways. I can do a release compute mesh node, and I could wire that target mesh into it. But there's also a sort of helper node that's release
Okay,
all.
put target mesh in. There we go. Yeesh. Yeesh kebab. I did. It's not a union. Does this look like a union to you? Looks like a complete destruction. And now I don't want a union. What's happening? Where is the little buddy?
Oh, I don't want to wire up. I just want to right click. Release all compute meshes. So let's just wire that up. So that will free all the compute meshes that were allocated inside of this blueprint.
Wait a
So if
minute.
I
Okay, you still have it.
compile that, I go in here and drag it in, you see that there's our boolean of the box in the sphere, and I can then go in here and change this to a subtract. And now it's
Yeah, subtract. Damn it, my subtract does not work because this is the one I'm trying. Okay. I should move this to the end. Damn it. No. Yes. Because I was like by putting it at the end, I affect everything that was made before. But I was not at the end, so it didn't affect this wall, this inner wall. It only affected whatever was next before here. That's why I needed to place it at the end when everything is spawned. Spawn. Okay, now I can play with this. Move it. Let's move it with magic numbers. 100 up. It's not up. Yeah. Copy code 0. Up is there. Up the air. I'm gonna do the beep up the air. Up the air. A little bit up. More. Scrub. Scrub scrap. Yes. Scrub scrap scoop. Scrub scrap scoop scrap cool. 100. Scrub. Little mouse is crouping through the wood. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Let's move it in the Y. 200 in the Y axis. Let's scrub more. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Like 100 in the X. It's gone. 50. I think 0 is fine. Oh, 50. We're getting there. Look at this. We're almost there. Little mouse is creeping through. 200. Yes. No, it's grouped too much through. What we can do is 100. Back to 100 and scale up 2 times. Yes. We need to make it higher. Location 400. We need to make it more into the x-axis, like 3 times. Back. Yes, we're getting there. We are getting there. We need to make it higher, like this, like 600. Yes. Let's see in the game. The problem with that is that it won't create a hole in the. Oh, it's too high. What the F? Oh no. Oh no. It won't create a hole in the boundary in the collision box. That's the issue. I see now. Now we need to make multiple collision boxes, and it will be tomorrow because I will need to go make my supper soon. So we can lower this back to 100. 150. And in Y 150. Radius 150. Yeah, something like that. Almost. 250 up. And as you can see, it won't remove the collision box. It shouldn't. Oh, it did. What? It did? Wait a minute. It did. What a magical thing. but I cannot go up there. Maybe if I put this to fire A5. Too steep. 6. I wonder what is the collision now. I think it made a complex collision. Yes, it made a complex collision. It used the mesh as a collision. I don't know if it will ever be not steep. Go up there. Oh yes, there we go. We are starting to have something to play with. Yes. So that will be it for tonight. Thank you for watching. And see you probably tomorrow. And I will continue. I will probably be further down the road because I will work on it after my supper alone. So thank you for watching and see you tomorrow probably. Bye.